Hello and good morning, everybody. It has been a long time since I have made an announcements video. We've got some things coming up that I feel are pretty important, so I think now is just as good a time as any. I hope that you're having an enjoyable Monday. I sure am. Nothing says fun like Monday. Well, like I said, I hope you guys are all good today. So the reason I kind of drone on for the first 20 to 30 seconds is because the alert goes out that the Bridge Church Spanish Springs is live, so I give people a little bit of time to pop on over. I don't really want to get started, have somebody miss something, but maybe there's a delay. I'm not really that hip to how live stream videos work on Facebook and YouTube. All I know is that at the end of the day, here we are. When I was younger, and even not that long ago, you actually needed a TV studio to do something like this. And here I am sitting in my little office in my little church in beautiful Spanish Springs, Nevada. In theory, somebody from the middle of Africa could be watching this. Pretty amazing. Isn't technology something? Well, let's just get right into this, shall we? The first thing that I want to bring to your attention is November 6th. November 6th is when we are going to go to having one service instead of two, and our service will start at 9:30 in the morning. This is going to help us accomplish a few things. You know, we have this strange phenomenon here on Sunday mornings. It seems like on one Sunday, everybody shows up at 9 o'clock, and then there's like one person and a couple of bugs that show up to the 10:30, and then the next week that swaps. The 9:30 will be a ghost town, and then the 10:30 is full, and it just kind of feels weird when the room is empty. So we thought it would be a good idea to go to having one service. It also, and the part that I really like about it, is it allows us to be together as a church again. We have been having two services pretty much since not long after we opened up. So sometimes there is a certain necessity to have two services, and at the time there was. But there's also a time to where we need to have one, and that time is now. So, starting Sunday, November 6th, our church service will be at 9:30 a.m. And that will be the only service. So, mark your calendars, and you're probably going to hear me say this so many times between now and then, you're probably going to get tired of hearing it. But that's just the way we got to do these things. Second is yesterday in service, this time of year at the Bridge Church in Spanish Springs, our attendance takes a little bit of a dive. And that's probably because it's hunting season and we have a lot of hunters in our church. Or maybe people just don't like to come to church in October. Who knows? But anyhow, that's one of our trends that I've noticed over the past couple years. And so yesterday, Justin, who is one of our board members, gave a financial report. And we like to do this about once a year, except for us, it's been a little bit different. As you know, or if you'll remember, back in May, we were officially recognized by the state of Nevada as a church, meaning that we are no longer the Spanish Springs campus of the Bridge Church. We are now the Bridge Church in Spanish Springs. And a huge part of this process is putting together a governing board, people who oversee the operation and ministry of the church, people that work side by side with me to help reach as many people, to help serve as many people as we possibly can. And so we did that this year. We put together a board of trustees, and I don't think any of them have been on a board before. And that's a good thing. We've learned a lot, and we've worked hard to get to where we are. Anyhow, uh, one of the areas of responsibility of our board of trustees is to approve the budgets that I present to them. And then, of course, we bring it to the church for a vote come the beginning of the year. And so yesterday, as part of the board's responsibilities, Justin gave a great financial presentation on where we're sitting financially. And before I show you these numbers in these slides, I want to remind us all of something. Our church is young. We are 5 years old. And on top of that, we had a pandemic that shut us down for a while. A lot of small churches didn't make it. A lot of big churches didn't make it. Yet God has seen fit to keep us open, and here we are. And our church is about 5 years old now. And 2 of those years were COVID years. So we kind of had to reinvent the wheel as we began to open back up because things are different now. But anyhow, when we opened this church, the reason we had such a good start was because we had funds from a property sale from Emmanuel First Baptist Church when that property was sold somewhere around 2015. And it was because of that sale we've been able to, that's really helped us operate the last couple of years. So when we opened the doors, about 90% of our budget was covered by those funds, and 10% through offering. But as the years came and the years went, those numbers began to trade places to where we were using more offering funds than the building funds to get us to where we are today, to where we are now solely operating on our offering. And so keep in mind that we're a young church, and from January 1 until August 31 or September, I think it's August is what we have the information through, our income, our giving has been $92,630, which is phenomenal for a small church on the backside of a pandemic. I really thought that number was going to be a lot smaller. However, our expenses, as you could see, are 11,514. So that's a problem. We can't operate like that because if we do, eventually we're not going to be able to make it. So the board and I, we've been talking about this for the past couple months, and we've come up with what we feel like are pretty good solutions to help balance these numbers out. You could see here in this graph what's going on. Now, you're probably thinking the same thing I am. Wow, these are absolutely wonderful graphics, and you would be right. Justin put those together for us. Just a little bit ago, we sent out a church-wide text that will provide a link to this very financial report, so you can open it up and look at it at your discretion to get more depth, more information. But basically, the changes we've made is we've canceled a lot of subscriptions. We've trimmed a lot of the fat that we had going on, and of course there was a salary reduction on my part so that we could get these numbers even. And I think we're really close, and I think it's looking good. So that's all I have for you today, and remember that we've done a lot of good things out here in 5 years. We've been able to support our local schools. We have been supporting missionaries in Southeast Asia and Mexico, and we have been able to help families who are in need. They can come to us, and we can help them. And that's because of your faithfulness that we've been able to be such a small church, yet have such a large impact. Thank you, guys. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to any of our board members. Remember, November 6th at 9:30, we are going to have one church service. November 6th at 9:30, one church service. I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great week. Talk to you later.